Alright guys, we're back with the free-to-play 100% account, getting to 450 BSLT to get the tent and the land. Of course, that could change. If they do change the tent price or the land price, that could change. All we need in this free-to-play account is to get a land and a tent. That is the ultimate goal. So we're also not going to play a lot. Like, this is going to be a few times a day, short bursts, good tips and tricks. So it's not even daily reset yet. Reset comes up in a few minutes. We came here just to harvest our crops, and we actually made a mistake here already. So this is a big mistake. When you're a free-to-play player and you're harvesting your crops and things like, you need to make sure that you have replacement crops, because if you don't have replacement crops, someone could come and take your spot that you have found, and then you have no land to put down your crops anymore. So you need to make sure that you have replacement crops and put them down as soon as you pick up the current crop that you are doing. So for doing a crop like that, I like to put it on my hotkey bar, and so put it down here so we have access to it. So it's quick, it's easy. So again, we're gonna go put that down, and then we're gonna put that down. And so it's not as problematic anymore as there were tons and tons of people trying to get land at the public farms, but still, you always want to practice good habits. So we have those down. We ended up getting some crops now, and as you'll see, they're not worth anything. Like, you can't sell them. The minimum amount to sell is 1 BSLT, and you also cannot even sell anything until you're level 30. So those things are out of the range, but these aren't even worth anything. You can't put them up for sale. So this is just to get us to the next level of progression. And now what we're going to do is there's a recall ability. So we're going to be coming back here a lot since we have a public farm spot. So we're going to go over here and set our recall to this location so that we can save time by just recalling back to this area. This is going to be a very, very important thing for us. And we're now just going to go and continue on with our questing. And then the daily quest should be coming back up very, very soon. So I think a couple minutes if I timed this correctly. So once again, go back into questing. We are going to just kill some mobs. And again, there's multiple different ways to play and to progress. Oh, see, we're out of mana. That is bad. I actually don't even have any mana pots right now, so we might even die again. So when you dash, it takes your mana. So you don't want to necessarily dash. So we want to put our mount on our keypad thing, whatever it's called. So yes, this will be a comedy show sometimes as well too, because I'll mispronounce words and say stupid things. So yeah, so enjoy some comedy and some stupidity, because that's what just happens on the channel. This is 100% live. I'm an idiot sometimes, so you're gonna get some funny stuff. Okay, so we're going to kill these mobs, because again, there's different ways to progress as a free-to-play player, and I think that a good way to do it is just to go and do every single quest, especially if you're brand new to Archeworld and to this game. Do every single quest. It cannot hurt you. You can get a bunch of free materials and things for doing quests, free potions and food, consumables. So just do the quest. It's not the greatest thing in the world to do, but it's something simple, easy, everyone can do. Your combat level and your character and your gear will always allow you to kind of fight if you do everything like this. So you won't have any gear issues. So combat level is very important. If you rush and if you just go and do green storyline quest and progress further without upgrading your gear, your combat level is going to be so low that you're not going to be able to hit enemies starting around level like 25. So you're going to be in a really, really bad situation. So we finished that quest. There's also a secret to these games. Every time, if you want, you can actually grind more mobs, and there's hidden quests. So early on here, there's no real benefit, I don't think, of doing this, because the EXP that you're going to gain is going to be like 100. It's so minor. You can also overachieve, and overachieve will get you more gold. But again, we don't need gold. The sole reason that you would be killing more monsters, and what we'll be doing later on in the future, once we can AoE farm, is actually to get the overachievement to get more experience points. So we'll go ahead and I think kill one more for the overachievement, just to show you what this does. I wish overachievement would give you more EXP also, but they don't. Alright, so that one, yep, so 160, overachieve should be done there. And now back we go. Hey, daily quests. Alright, so activate these things. These things, again, the most important thing in the game for free-to-play players. So collect Silent Everstone. So we need 2 Silent Everstones, and then we need to take it to Community Center Manager. So let's do that. So that should be at a General Merchant. Alright, so right there. So it's only going to cost us 1 gold this time. And when we turn it in, we're actually going to get our 1 gold back. Plus, we're going to get 50 labor, and we're going to get 25 Archeum. So, very, very good quest right there. Pretty much a free 25 Archeum and free 50 labor. This is also another reason why we set the recall point over here, is because a lot of our quests are going to tell us to go back to this merchant and give him supplies. So next up, our other quest is simply gain EXP. So we're going to do this and then log off for this play session, because yeah, the daily quests again are the most important thing. And then we'll come back probably around 8 hours to harvest our crops, put those down again, and then maybe do a little bit more questing. So again, we're not going to play a ton in the game. We're, maybe going to play about an hour a day on this account. Where is that quest? Quest is over here. And you don't have to play a ton to earn. Sure, we're not going to earn for a couple of days. We're not going to get our first BSLT probably for about 5 days or so. But getting the first one is the hardest part of this quest and this journey. After that, it's a lot easier to earn more BSLT, as you can start using that BSLT to earn more, and you'll be able to start actually getting items out of coin purses, because right now we haven't even farmed coin purses. We haven't even got any mobs to really kill. Alright, so we're doing this quest. So you can escape through all of the quest dialogue if you want, but if you're a brand new player, you should probably read some of the quest dialogue, because they'll give you a lot of helpful tips and tricks, and so they'll explain to you kind of like what these things are. These are trade packs, these things you carry, and then if someone kills you, you actually drop that. So later on in the game, when you are creating a trade pack that could be valuable, could have a lot of resources in it, money in it potentially, you can actually drop that and lose that to other players. And that's part of the game, is that you're running your risk of carrying a trade pack, trying to transport goods, and someone could come up and kill you and take your goods and take your money, and they could earn instead of you. So this is also a big tie into the PvP, and everything is kind of risk-reward ratio. So like the more that you're willing to risk, the greater reward things are designed in this game. And as always, this is a sandbox game. So sandbox means you can pretty much do whatever. There's no set path per se. The quests and everything are kind of like the tutorial. Someone's saying that they've done this 1 to 50 in about 14 hours of gameplay, which seems about right. Like I said, if you want, you can get 1 to 30 in about 2 hours of gameplay, if you just rush those dream quests. And you'll notice a lot of these quests are simply, fetch quests. Very simple, very basic. Let's go and take a look at our skills. Okay, so we have our second skill tree available now. So primarily as a healer, this is your main skill tree. I found that the next one is kind of less important. You do want to really look at the passives. So this one is pretty good for AoE farming. And the passive here also decrease cast time and increase attack speed. So that's also pretty good. So we're not going to be in melee, so we don't want that one. Defense might be interesting because we have a shield now. Heals oneself slightly, increases max HP. So 148, duration 40 seconds. Strengthen your body, restores 1% health for 1 second. How long does it last for? So maybe we'll do this since we are playing with the shield. This would probably be the most logical sense to pick a defense tree also. But you get 3 skill trees, and you can change these whenever you want. And this is only going to cost you gold. So if you want to change things, you can. So this one also decrease cast time 4% and 20 attack speed. Let's see, shadow play, attack speed plus 40. This one already looked at. Converts 13% of received damage to health for 9 seconds. See, Songcraft is another support, so if you want to play as a free-to-play player, you can main Songcraft and do all these singing abilities to support your team. Let's see, sorcery, nope. Okay, max mana by 35%. That's actually a pretty good passive right there. And then you also have access to a shield. So even though you're not necessarily trying to be a sorcerer, you could just throw 3 points into this and just get the increased max mana for 35. Like, that's not a terrible idea. But let's go with the shield for now. Again, there's so many choices that you have. You can pick and choose. You can change things as you progress. So we've got 2 more skill points. We cannot use this skill yet, which is going to be level 10 required. And we do want to get those as soon as possible because that's going to unlock our first passive. And that's going to convert 3% of received damage to mana for 9 seconds. So mana is very important, as you can see. So let's jump into, let's get this one. And I guess let's pick this one just because.
During combat, if you use a skill in your shortcut bar,
Let's see, how long does this one last for? It only lasts for about 5-7 seconds or so. So not very good. And so the shield. So 200 damage, let's see what it does actually. So it looks like it did about 400 damage, unless that was a critical. So what we can do is we can do 2. And then we can do 1, and then as they run up to us, then we could potentially smash them with the shield as well. Okay, so smash with the shield, and the shield did, I couldn't read that. Looked like 300 and something, so maybe not too effective. We just finished that quest, so let's get out of here. And the cool thing is with those EXP quests is that we're going to get experience from turning in quests. So we had like 500 there, we got 740 there. You'll notice that you'll get a ton of EXP by simply doing the quests. And it gets progressively larger and larger. Like right now, farming mobs, it gives you a good amount. It gives you 100 EXP. But as you level, mobs only give like 200 and 300 EXP as well. So like the experience from mobs goes, it doesn't grow very well. The experience from quests, on the other hand, grow really well. At the high end, at level like 50, you're getting around like 12,000 EXP from a quest. That's some feet. So I think this is the rock one. Beat the Unchained Champion, collect your reward. Oh, yes. Okay, so it's right here. I have to do one of these. Okay, done. Activate the lucky statue, and you can see like the quest chains. They chain together. So even though the first quest wasn't worth much, there's another quest hidden behind it, which is simply just interact with an object, and a lot of that carries over into the higher level quest. So if you miss a couple of quests, you're going to end up missing quest chains, which give you a bunch of EXP. So that's why you can actually level, and you can be like, I did all the quests, but I'm still not level 50. What happened? Well, it means you missed a bunch of quest chains, and you lost out on a lot of EXP. You should be able to go back and get them. Like, they're still there, but you don't know where they are, for example. So try not to miss as many quests as possible. Try to progress and like do every single quest that you can.
Right-click the target bar of another.
And yeah, our level progression is going to be a little bit slower than someone who's rushing, probably actually a lot slower, but in the long run, I think this is going to work out. Like, we're already level 8, which is pretty solid for this. Definitely, I think I'd say over-leveled. The mobs are level 7, and that's how you want to kind of fight. You always want to really fight mobs that are lower than your level in Archeworld because of the invalid system. Alright, so we need those pieces of the map, and then we need to kill that elite mob over there. So if we clear out these two, and then the mob in front, we should be able to get all our quests done. Man, I guess that the healing skill that we have is a nice little thing to just progress after battles. You can see we are going to end up probably running out of mana in longer fights. So we got 2 of those. Just wait for the cooldown on the second ability. And so each ability has a combo. So if you'll notice, we used ability number 2. And now we got a combo effect. So we're dealing more damage because we used ability number 2. And then together with ability number 1, you can see the debuff on the mob right there. So in there, it will show you on these skills. So Holy Boat, it tells you a bunch of combo effects. And so there's 4 different ways to increase the damage or increase the output on this skill. So make sure that you read all your skills and really look into different combos and see, how to make your character stronger, how to become, more powerful, how to deal more damage, how to deal more heals, because everything in there works together. There's also things that can reduce cooldowns, that could take away like cast times. So there's a lot of cool systems in the game and combos that work together. So after we turn these in, we've already completed our quest for the day. So now, as you can see, we have 185 labor. And then here's the big thing that you're going to be doing with labor. As a free-to-play player starting off, you have to feed your gear infusions to level it up. Let's see if we got any fusions yet. So we've got a couple infusions. So we're going to go ahead and open these guys up. And this gives your gear experience points. So this is going to make your gear stronger, which is going to make your character stronger. So first up, you do want to increase like your weapon. So let's go ahead and do our weapon. Let's go ahead and put these in there, and you can see it's going to take 3 labor points. It no longer takes any Archeum to upgrade. And that's actually going to unlock a quest. Or an achievement. So make sure that you re-equip your gear. And then let's go ahead and upgrade the shield. Actually, let's not upgrade the shield. Let's upgrade the armor. You see, so far we still have plenty of labor points. We'll eventually run out of labor points. And we have to be very careful with our resources. Oh, we have one more bag. So it looks like from the achievement, we actually got one more infusion, which is great. That's going to give us enough to overflow, which means the gear is maxed out. So now we can actually upgrade it once we get some scrolls. So just by progressing, you're going to get upgrade scrolls that will make your gear stronger. And you'll notice that our combat level actually didn't increase, but our strength actually did increase. As we upgrade more of these gears, our combat level will increase. So this is going to be it for right now. We're going to come back in a little bit, probably collect our farms in about 8 or 9 hours. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching as always. If you got any questions or comments, post them down below from you. Love to hear from you guys. Thanks for all the support. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you later.